together. So we're gonna take a little bit of blue, a little bit of pink, and a little bit of that blue. Okay, so it's on either side of your mason jar, and we're gonna start from one side, pushing it on there, pushing it on, taking off excess paint. You don't need all that paint, so we're gonna take off some of it, like kind of wiping it off. So I'm taking off excess paint and just going like halfway. See, we just went halfway on that. Then we're gonna do the same on the top part. Just go halfway. Be sure not to cover all your pencil marks, because then you'll forget what you're doing. Okay, try to take off as much as the paint as you need. You don't need that much paint, so I gave you a lot of paint. You could use it for other projects. Then we're gonna go on the other side where the blue is, and we start from that corner. Take off some of your paint. Taking off some of your paint. Taking off, oops, some of our paint. And painting the top part. Where they meet. Okay, so I'll show you guys what that looks like. So we basically have half blue and half red. So what we're going to do now is blend them together. Okay, so we'll take off most of that paint. I don't want that paint on. Okay, and we will blend them. I like to begin right in the middle. So right in the middle, I'm going to blend up and down and go over to the blue, go over to the pink, you know, just back and forth. The pink is already dried. So what I'm gonna do is take a tiny bit more of that pink and put it in there, okay? So I put a little bit more of the pink, so I'm gonna go back and forth with the pink into the blue. Then you're gonna get this pretty little lavender color. There you go. So if it's like mine where the pink was starting to dry, then just get more of your pink, put it on top of pink side, and then you blend. So you're going back and forth and back and forth and into the blue. Okay, don't come out the line, into the blue. You could paint this any way you want, but I'm just giving you guys one of my little favorite go-to. So it's blended, and then now I'm gonna blend the top part, taking the pink into the blue, pink into blue, pink into the blue, blue into pink, pink into blue, blue into pink, and it gets blended. There you go. So it looks like a little purpley color, but it's pinker on one side and bluer on the other. So it's really cute. All right, so what we're gonna do now is, I'll take a tiny bit of the blue because I want that to show on the far side. So I'll take a little bit of that blue and kind of get it in there and go over the pink. There you go. Super adorable. Now the mason jar design, it has basically disappeared because we covered it in paint, right? So I'm just gonna go over the pink and the blue and the blue and the pink, and take a little bit of pink, put it over the blue, go over that side, put some blue over the pink side, and just go back and forth with it. What I'm doing is I'm putting some pink on the blue side and some blue on the pink side, and up and down and up and down, so it blends in. The top part, you want to go side to side. Make sure you use your brush this way. So use your brush this way and not this way, because you can control the little lines when it's on the thin side, going side to side. And that's it. It's not supposed to stress you out. So let's try and do it without too much stress, right? Now, I had given you guys some red. Let me grab some of that red. I don't have the red in here. Let me grab some of that red so you can see what to do with the red. Okay, so with the red, what I like to do is I like to have a little bit of highlight and contrast, you know, like just so it looks more, like it gives it more depth. So we're working on color values. So the darker value of the pink is red. So that's what we're kind of working on now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that red on one side and then just blend it in. Not a lot. It's just a tiniest bit. We used the purple brush the entire project, and now we switched to a little round brush. And we're just going to put it right around the edge of the pink. Also along the top of those lines. Not the top, more like in the middle of them. In the middle of those lines, okay? So we kind of did that. And now we're just gonna kind of blend it in. It doesn't have to blend too much. It's more like your design. Go around the bottom part. And it's just gonna give it some. You could tip into some of the pink to blend that over, you know. I like to blend with the pink as well. So tip into some of your pink or your blue, doesn't matter which one, because it's going to, let me try and turn so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so there you have it. Your little mason jar is starting to shape up, and what we're going to do now is you're going to take a tiny bit of that white color that I gave you guys, or the beige color, and we're going to take a little bit more of that out, or just dip your brush into it. Clean that brush because you had the pink and the red and all those colors on it. So we're going to dip into the beigey color, and we're going to go on the other side, which is the blue side. Okay, you could do any side you want. I prefer to do the blue side because it's the opposite side of that shadow, so it'll really give it some depth. So here you go. So I took some white and I just went around. Let me show you what I did. I went around the blue like this. Okay, so I went around the blue like that, and I'm going to go into the lines as well. Okay, so now all I'm gonna do is blend that in. So I'll just take my brush and go up and down and up and down. It disappeared. I kind of back and forth until these disappear as well, and you're pretty much done. Now the only thing left here that will make it really cute is kind of take that white and maybe just blob it on one side, just with your little brush, a little bit of that white, blob it on one side, up and down and side to side, and it'll look really cute. It gives it some personality. I don't know if you can see that. And now we're done. So what we're going to do is I will have this as a sample. I think I'll put it at Wings and Feathers as a sample. I put it on my page as well as a sample so you guys can see it. And now what I'm going to do is take a smaller brush still. So I like to take that same collection that I tell you guys about. I'll take the red one, and I'll take some of the black from our kit. Just a tiny bit, just dip it in there, and you go over the outline where the pencil was. So let me just do that real quickly, and then I'll show you guys. Just do it really, really gently. When you're painting with your brushes, kind of like when you paint your nails, don't push down too hard on the brush. Kind of just use a little tip. Like, you know, gently hold up your hand and just use a little tip of that brush. Don't really, let me come closer. Don't really push that brush down too much. Okay, and we follow the outline, we follow the top line. See, don't push down your brush too much. Kind of try to find where those lines were, and we're going to pull them in. Okay, and that's my mason jar. Now, I gave you guys the ribbons and things for you to play with. I'm gonna stick my ribbon somewhere. Okay, so we have several things in the kit that you can use. Let me just cut this because I gave it to you guys cut. So I gave it to you guys cut. So I gave you some leaf, some greenery. I gave you guys a big old flower, and I gave you guys the ribbon. So what you can do is you could do several things. You could pull this apart and stick it all over the top, which would be super adorable, or just put one on the top. That's super funky and super cute. You see that? Then you could put, or you could join it with the bowl and have that on top, and then stick some of the leaves around it. So let's do that. I think I got my board dirty just now with my fingers, so let me try to clean that quickly. So I got it a little bit dirty right there. That's all right, it comes right off. I'll just wipe it off and quickly grab some beige and just kind of get it on there. Okay. So if you're like me and you're super clumsy, I'm getting it all dirty. You see that? Just wait till it dries, and then you could always just paint over it. So I think mine is dry. So I'm trying to paint over it so it's clean, because I don't like it to be smudgy. Okay. So here we go. I'll show you guys this one more time. Super cute. And what we're going to do, what we're going to do is also, guys, if it's for a gift and you want to give it to someone, you know, as a gift or something, you could always personalize it by putting in their names. I'm looking for my glue gun. It's behind me. So I'm gonna use my ribbon. My little glue gun is so, let me see.